I help entrepreneurs every day open up LLCs, open bank accounts, get addresses, do their taxes correctly, structure their businesses, and go over everything. Really, there's two ways to start this out. You can work with an attorney or work with someone like me directly. You can schedule a free call on our website and we can go over exactly what you need and we can help you out with all of that. Or there's so many online services that you can use to open up your LLC yourself very fast, very cost efficient, and get all the stuff you need to get set up. And I've gone over them on my channel. We've gone over Bizzy, we've gone over Doola. I'm helping a lot of people like this every day. Today, I have a treat. I'm interviewing the CEO of Doola. Arjun is here, and we're going to ask him some questions about why Doola is a better option for international entrepreneurs and non-U.S. people who are looking to open a U.S. entity. So, Arjun, thanks for being here today.
Thank you. I like to say there's not many people in the world who know what EIN, SS4, 8821, 5472 stand for. Excited to be chatting with you too. It's a small circle.
Yeah, I know. It's cool to be connected because we have a lot of the same audience. I've been following Arjun's stuff. They have like the founder emails from Doola because they have really great content. How did you first decide to focus on non-U.S. persons when you were starting Doola?
My family is originally from India. They moved to England. They're both doctors, started practicing medicine. And then when I was 6, we immigrated from England to the U.S. I lost the British accent, as you can tell. And that was my first real exposure of, hey, people might say it's cheesy, but the American dream is real. A lot of people want to come to America for the diversity, the cultural mixing pot, and American entrepreneurship. The ability that if I work hard on the right thing, I can grow. Now, I'd be lying if I said when I was 6 years old when I moved here, my dream was to help international founders start LLCs. That would be a straight lie. Maybe it sounds good, but or you'd say that's weird. The truth is, we got into Y Combinator, a prestigious accelerator in San Francisco, and getting into YC, we were an international team, and we couldn't find a solution that helped full stack or just helped even start. Let's just focus there. And we ended up paying, you might say I feel bad for you or you're stupid. We paid over $30K in fees because lawyers charge by the hour, bookkeeper here, accountant over here, someone to start the LLC. I didn't really know what I was doing. And
I don't think, and to cut you off, I don't think you necessarily got bad advice. It's just you didn't need that level of advice at that moment. Like maybe that there's times when people need $30,000 worth of legal advice. When you haven't sold anything, it's probably not that spot.
Nail on the head. I'm not saying lawyers are bad. The most expensive mistake you can make is choosing a cheap lawyer accountant, but we paid too much for something which I thought could be automated. And then that's where we thought, wait a second, certain companies won't help you unless you have a US social. You have to live in the US. We thought, let's solve for ourselves and build a solution that helps these international teams come to the US. So that's the story of how we started. And I have to say, like, we took it a bit personally. Like, we're a legit team. There's legit founders from all over the world. Why won't these companies serve us? Or why is it more expensive or more painful just because they don't have a social because I live here? And that's how we ended up here today. And we help founders on over 175 countries globally.
Nice. So how long have you guys been opening companies for people and operating, I guess? Like when did it first open?
We've been alive for over 4 years now. And we went through Y Combinator. We are venture backed here in New York City. We've raised over $13 million as well. And the whole goal is to invest in an incredible team to build an incredible product. And I feel like we're just getting started too. There's so many entrepreneurs globally. I'm sure you see this as well. And I truly believe talent is everywhere, but opportunity is not. Our goal is, hey, can we enable and provide the opportunity?
Yeah, exactly. And how now to get into the main question, the question I kind of went over in my premise, why, for my audience, if you're watching this, you're probably not from the U.S. If you're from the U.S., this still could apply. Doola still works. I opened an LLC on Doola like 3 weeks ago and went over my experience live. And I've done it with a couple different of the LLC creations. I have way too many LLCs. Now, why is Doola better than Bizzy, than LegalZoom, than Northwest, and then Harvard Business Services, than the other? You can tell me, but I think there's over 5,000 different companies that will open LLCs for you. There's a lot of competition.
I was going to say maybe 50,000 because they might even be companies, they're individuals. But here's our philosophy. And look, maybe we don't make as much money because of it. There are tons of places that say, start your company for free, $0. The truth is, though, they're not lying. You technically can start the company for $0.
But less the state fees. Yeah.
Less the state fees. Great call out. But the truth is, there's other things you then have to DIY, which are required to get a bank account, for example, your registered agent, your EIN, virtual mailing address. So our belief is, let's just have one price, one package with all the things you need to get that bank account or whatever your next milestone is, your payment processor, and put it as one fee. So ultimately, if I had to answer very quickly, rather than say $0 plus state fees and there's upsells, we have one package, one price, and you can go through our flow and can compare. It's either the same, if not less versus all the other upsells. And we're okay with that at the end of the day.
Yeah, I do something similar with our packages. We have like other stuff that you may not need in it, but we have it in the packages. It's easier for us. It's more clear for the clients. And for a lot of you guys on here, we used to sell a starter package on our website where we would register the LLC, and it really wasn't efficient enough for us. I send all those people generally to Doola or online or just to another video I've done, but we have a Doola gives us a discount when we refer people with a shameless affiliate link. And I'm not fine with it, right? Because I think that these are better options than me doing it for you. That's what we focus on our high end custom services for international entrepreneurs who want a more personalized touch, have more complex situations, want to work with directly with me. That's great. And you guys are way more affordable. But you also have other stuff. So that's a short answer to why you're better, especially for non-residents. Now tell me a little bit about the backend software. When I created the LLC, I got access to the platform. I have to like still do some stuff and connect some bank accounts and do some things to open up the accounting. But in general, one of the cool software things that I saw that Doola has is you have your own built-in like accounting software, like Bench did, kind of, and like QuickBooks has. Why is Doola better than QuickBooks or than Bench when it comes to an accounting software?
The best time to do bookkeeping or accounting, in my opinion, is when you don't need it. To literally just get set up from day zero so that your transactions are in order, you have a pulse on your business, and your books are in better shape for tax season. So, ounce of preparation, pound of cure. To answer your question directly, why Doola accounting or bookkeeping versus QuickBooks, for example, we've gotten feedback from people that they don't even know what QuickBooks is. There's too much going on. To the point where you look at it and say, I don't even want to open the app. And you end up not looking at it and saying, crap, I haven't done my book. So what we did is, again, we weren't experts in this before, but we just said, what are the essentials? What's an actual, believe it, this might sound crazy. Imagine a bookkeeping software you enjoy opening and going to. Sounds insane, right? But that's our goal. So it might sound wooey, but like the user experience is really clean and nice. Second, it's the essentials. Invoices, transactions, we can help tag them. Balance sheet, P&L, cash flow out of the box, your basic statements, integrates using Plaid with over 10,000 different accounts. Boom. The essentials are right there. Free 30-day trial or $300 per year. That's the goal. We want it to be a really easy starter offering that's actually fun to use. Dare I say you'll enjoy doing the bookkeeping.
You're lying. No, bookkeeping is not fun. It can kind of be fun if you gamify it enough, but I hate to admit it as a CPA, as someone who's literally licensed to do bookkeeping or accounting. I don't like it because I kind of like it too much. When I get pulled into it, it's like not really cost beneficial for me to do it. But let me elaborate with more than you probably wanted. QuickBooks is probably better if you have a ton of accounts payable, accounts receivable. If you're going to work with like a really complicated business model, if you need to run payroll for your employees, they have payroll integrations. QuickBooks is far more expensive. QuickBooks is the cheapest package is like $40 a month. So that ends up being way more expensive than Doola is. But if you are, which most foreign non-U.S. entrepreneurs are, if you're a remote team, you're paying contractors, you have like one or two bank accounts, it sounds like it would be a real good solution because for many clients, QuickBooks can be overkill. For the clients we do accounting for, we do it through QuickBooks, which because we have access to it, we can generate nice reports. There's nothing wrong with QuickBooks. One of the biggest accounting companies in the world. They do way more. They'd probably be insulted if I call them like a bookkeeping software company because they do so much. But it's really like a market fit. So I think for like what we talked about before, a non-U.S. entrepreneur, having like a simplified bookkeeping option is really great. So I'm just to steamroll your answer and to give my own 2 cents.
Nah, I like it. I mean, the truth is, you want to be real with people on, hey, right size what you're looking for. If your business is complex, you want that custom high level support working with like James. James can add value, and that's where QuickBooks is maybe good for you. The bells and whistles are useful, but if you're just getting started, non-U.S. again, software, automated, cheaper, affordable, one price, that's where we love to step in.
So when I created my last company with you guys, I don't know if I used your address or not, but how is it going with and this is something that we're helping a lot of clients with the address issue, right? So we're helping a lot of clients with the address issue. It's obviously a more complicated kind of thing as having a U.S. address. How are you finding that being an issue is it an issue? I know Mercury is allowing people to open accounts, and I know Wise works most of the time, but how is the mail forwarding address, which is really scalable, and the non-scalable version of having and renting your own office which we kind of help with. It's how are you navigating that issue at Doola?
Yeah, you described it. The truth is, sometimes it works. The registered agent virtual address. So what we typically is hey, let's start with that, right? But if that doesn't work, and that not working being the bank or payment processor or insert vendor is requiring proof of address or a physical address, that is where solutions like you're offering, or potentially other tools where there's an actual lease property, will be required. It depends on what your ultimate need is, but our initial approach is, hey, start with the RA. At least for now, we are still seeing success depending on
Yeah.
certain banks and processors. But when you do need that specialized support, I think, the offering you provide here, do work with someone you trust on that. That's all I would say, because it's important. It's for your bank
Yeah.
account. That's all I'd say. If you do need that second level, work with someone like James you can trust.
Yeah, and I mean, I've seen it too. So I'm not like people have Mercury accounts. So Mercury has been great. I know I just made a video about Mercury switching banking partners. I didn't say they're going to close their accounts. A lot of people come to me saying like that I'm glooming and dooming on Mercury or Wise. Wise is giving people issues recently. I'm hopefully they stay open and that stays as an option. But if you need other options, if Mercury closes you down, I just had a guy today I talked to who applied for Mercury 5 different times. And the sixth time they actually approved him. And he was selling playing cards and they thought he was a casino, but he was selling cards. He's like a wholesale card dealer, and he had to convince him he wasn't a casino. But keep applying, and that can be a really good option. It's unfortunately in this thing one of your only options. There's not a ton of options if you can't travel to the U.S.
Yep.
I know you have the channel at Doola. I know you've launched your personal channel. I don't have like too many other questions really. If you guys have questions watching the video in the comments, feel free to leave a question in the comment. I want to keep this video kind of brief. Introduce you to Arjun, who I've talked to. I like Doola is an ethical company putting their best foot forward. We all doing our best out here. And if you're just looking to get started, you have a kind of a limited budget, and especially if you have a limited budget, Doola is a really great option. I had a video from them before. I should have a link in the description below. Any last thoughts for us, Arjun, on this one? Anything else you want to share? I mean, you guys do a lot at Doola.
No, I appreciate the shout out. We're happy to be a part of the journey. Again, I believe anyone helping entrepreneurs, a rising tide lifts all boats. I think a world with more entrepreneurs is a better place. And don't sleep on entrepreneurs from all over the world. Again, I took it a little personally that companies or people wouldn't support founders outside the US. I'm really glad you support these founders, James. We're ecstatic to support these founders too. And yeah, thanks for helping just to put out incredible content to help make it easier for people to start their dream business.
Yeah, I found this niche just being in Miami, working with Latin America, and just figuring out was an issue, and that there's a ton of bad tax advice out there. And I know there's other, you guys have higher packages, you guys have accountants and bookkeepers, and you guys provide some support on that end as well. You guys can check out Doola. You can also schedule a free call with me and the team. We're happy to connect and see how we can help you guys out. Thanks for being here, Arjun. And if we get any comments below with other questions, maybe we'll do a follow-up video or something and see how it goes. But I appreciate you being here. We'll keep it short for the people.
Thanks for having me
Okay.
on. Let's do it.
Okay. See you, buddy. Thanks.